Hey everyone, welcome back. Imagine this, you're the leader of the free world, staring out at the most famous lawn in America, and you think, you know what this place needs? A massive, glittering ballroom for 1,000 of your closest dignitaries. Because who wants to schmooze kings and queens under a soggy tent when it rains? That's exactly the spark behind one of the boldest moves at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue in decades. Today, we're diving into President Trump's latest White House makeover. The demolition of the East Wing to make way for a big, beautiful ballroom. It's equal parts ambition, controversy, and a dash of presidential swagger. Buckle up, this one's got history, hammers, and headlines. Let's set the scene. Just this Monday, under a crisp fall sky in D.C., construction crews fired up their machines and started tearing down chunks of the White House's East Wing. Eyewitnesses from nearby parks snapped photos of excavators ripping through the roof and facade, windows shattering like confetti, and bricks tumbling to the ground. It wasn't some quiet renovation, nope. This was full-on demolition, the kind that echoes through the iron gates and turns heads at the Treasury Department across the street. And right in the middle of it all, President Trump himself, hosting a celebration for the 2025 college baseball champs from LSU in the East Room. As the crowd cheers, he pauses, grins, and says, "We're building right behind us. We're building a ballroom. I didn't know I'd be standing here right now because right on the other side you have a lot of construction going on which you might hear periodically. So why go big or go home like this? Trump's been dreaming of this since his first term. Picture state dinners crammed into the East Room, which seats a measly 200. Fine for a cozy chat, but a nightmare when you're rolling out the red carpet for world leaders. When it rains or snows, it's a disaster," he told NBC back in July, slamming those pop-up tents on the South Lawn that have been a White House staple for galas gone wrong. Enter the solution. A gleaming 90,000 square foot state ballroom, bigger than the residence itself, with bulletproof glass walls overlooking the grounds. It's designed to hold up to 999 revelers, nearly triple the old space, and Trump's pitching it as a 150-year overdue upgrade. They've wanted a ballroom for 150 years, and I'm giving that honor to this wonderful place, he boasted at the LSU event. Renderings show a space straight out of a Gilded Age fever dream. Checkered marble floors, coffered ceilings with gold inlays, arched windows framing the monuments. It's Trump through and through, opulent, over the top, and unapologetically his. But here's where it gets juicy. This isn't just new construction. It's a full modernization of the East Wing, the historic haunt of first ladies and their staffs since 1902. Offices are being shuffled around like chess pieces, trees cleared from the south grounds since September, and now, chunks of the building itself are coming down. Trump insists it's all completely separate from the White House itself. A nod to his July promise that the project won't interfere with the current building. It'll be near it, but not touching it, and pays total respect to the existing building, which I'm the biggest fan of. Yet, those demolition photos tell a different story. Hammers hitting home on a wing that's as American as apple pie. It's the biggest tweak to 1600 Penn since Harry Truman rebuilt the whole dang thing in the 1940s because it was one bad party away from collapsing. White House comms director Stephen Chung leaned into that history on social media, posting a vintage shot of Truman-era chaos with the caption, "Construction has always been a part of the evolution of the White House. Losers who are quick to criticize need to stop their pearl clutching and understand the building needs to be modernized. Otherwise, you're just living in the past." Now, not everyone's popping champagne or gold-flecked flutes for this. Critics are crying foul over the speed and secrecy. Back in July, Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt swore, "Nothing will be torn down," as plans for a 650-seater ballooned to nearly 1,000. And approvals? Trump let slip at a donor dinner last week that officials told him, "Sir, this is the White House. You can do anything you want. No zoning headaches, no red tape, just presidential prerogative." But the National Capital Planning Commission, the folks who greenlight big DC builds, hasn't signed off yet. Their chair, who doubles as a Trump aide, claims they don't oversee demolition or site prep. But questions linger. Did the White House even submit the plans amid the government shutdown? Then there's the money trail, clocking in at $250 million, up from an initial $200 mil. It's all private cash, no taxpayer dime. Trump's chipping in personally, alongside generous patriots and heavy hitters like Amazon, Apple, Meta, Google, Microsoft, Palantir, and Lockheed Martin, who rubbed elbows at that October 16th donor bash. Trump hyped it on Truth Social. Zero cost to the American taxpayer. The White House Ballroom is being privately funded by many generous patriots, great American companies, and yours truly. Sounds patriotic, right? But Representative Mark Pocan, a Wisconsin Democrat, isn't buying it. The plans should have come before Congress for discussion, he fired off, slamming the end run around oversight. Is this a donor perk disguised as progress or just smart business? The White House promises to disclose names eventually, but for now, it's whispers and wonder. Timeline-wise, this train's already left the station. Ideas dropped in July, trees fell in September, groundbreaking last month, and demo this week. Aim? Wrapped before Trump exits stage left in 2029. Chief of Staff Susie Wiles assures it'll honor the special history, with nods to the National Park Service. Trump, ever the showman, told donors it's in keeping with White House architecture, appropriate in color and in window shape, but he admitted, there won't be anything like it actually. A supermodern marvel next to neoclassical glory? Bold, disruptive, and yeah, a little divisive. Love it or loathe it, Trump's ballroom is reshaping the people's house, one gilded chandelier at a time. It's a testament to one man's vision clashing with centuries of tradition. Will it host inaugurations under crystal skies, or spark lawsuits over lost legacy? Only time and maybe a few more donor checks will tell. What's your take? Drop a comment. Dream venue or historic headache? Hit like if you're Team Ballroom, subscribe for more White House whispers, and I'll catch you next time. Stay curious, America.